This week on Pole House Backpot Weekend Getaways, we make a classic appetizer a main course. Stick around.
I think they're done, hon. Welcome back to our front porch for another comfort food.
Or a family favorite. It's not really wintertime anymore. Fact is, spring started today at noon, I do believe.
Yes.
And we've got a couple more weeks before we go camping. So we're out on our front porch again. This isn't a wintertime favorite, but it is a family favorite. Leslie even likes this one.
That's right.
So
it is
jalapeno pepper popper
with chicken.
bake.
Yes.
Chicken jalapeno
So
pepper
you ever had
popper
a
bake.
jalapeno pepper poppers? It's breaded and fried and all that. And this is kind of a variation of that. So we're gonna get back in a minute. I think we already did the roasted
Peppers. And this is how you clean them off
we showed
after
how we did that. Yeah.
you cook off the skin until they turn black,
Yeah,
and
roast
then
them
you
over
peel
fire.
it. That's what we'll show you. You're gonna put the draggles on that. That's all right.
Oh.
I had my eyes dilated, so I'm not seeing real well, so I'm going to leave him in charge of most
Okay,
of
Angel already
this.
gets the charcoal, and we're gonna change over to that, and we're gonna get the filling part of it started over the charcoal, and then we're gonna end up baking. So we gotta get going so that when the charcoal's ready, we're ready to bake. So let's go over here and get first part going. Okay, charcoal's going. I've got to get my gloves on. We're gonna put a grate on top of the flue, and get started with. There we go. We're going to use a 12-inch skillet on top.
We're also trying to beat the rain that's coming.
We need any oil in here?
Huh?
We need any oil in here? Okay. Yeah, chance for rain. Okay, we start with chicken, correct?
That's
Angie
right.
usually makes this, so that's why I'm asking her. We made it several times. Fairly new recipe, but I've never made it. Okay, chicken. Okay.
We cook that or brown that. Now, normally it calls for chicken breasts that you cut up and fry. Well, we're doing this quick and easy route. So
This would be good if you're out camping, because this is actually chicken fajita already cooked, mixed up. So
yeah, so we're gonna brown that.
brown that a few minutes. Okay.
Now it's already got the cumin added and the chili
powder.
powder that you
And
normally
you can add
get.
more if you like more. But if
Yeah.
you were doing a plain chicken breast that you cooked or something,
You'd
you would put some of that in.
and I will put the recipe in at the end of this.
Okay, what am I going to add after this? As this
As
gets
soon as
brown.
that's brown, then you need to add your cream cheese. So you might as well get it
I'm
started.
going to get it opened up. You get a pretty hot fire when you get on top of this flue with that. Only thing is you got to be careful because it's kind of higher and it could be tippy. So you just want to kind of
Now
watch out
wait,
how
we're
you're doing
fixing this in a 10-inch Dutch oven. While you're doing that, can you explain how you come up with how many briquettes you're using to bake with?
Okay, usually you take the size of your Dutch oven, that is the diameter, 10-inch diameter Dutch oven. You would double that, you get a total of 20 pieces of charcoal. That would give you about a 325 to 350 degree oven. There's lots of variables, but that's kind of a starting point. The next thing you want to do is decide if you're baking. We're going to actually do 1/3 on the bottom, 2/3 on top. That is because one, you got the charcoal underneath and that traps the heat going up. The heat rises out of the charcoal, goes right to the bottom of the Dutch oven. Put the charcoal on top, all that extra heat radiates straight up off of the Dutch oven. So heat naturally rises, so that's why you have 1/3 on the bottom, 2/3 on top. Now if you're going to fry something, you can put a whole bed of charcoal underneath the fry. But in this case, while the charcoal is going, we're going to use the flue to help get charcoal done. So I'm going to hold it with one hand just so I don't turn around here, so I can hold this and turn it. I don't have a problem. Maybe I won't dump it off the top of the. Try to halfway kind of flip this over, get it. Try not to stir it too much because I don't want it completely broken up into mush. You could use rotisserie chicken, I guess, too. Couldn't
Yeah,
you?
you could.
If you wanted to. You know, whatever
But
you
you'd
like.
have to add the cumin
Yes.
and the
Yeah,
chili
you're right.
powder.
You would definitely want to do that. Flip these over. This is kind of a layered dish, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Now, I don't think when we originally saw the recipe, it kind of layered it separate.
Yes,
it's
it
almost
did.
impossible.
Well, tell them where you got this, where we got this recipe.
Well, the original recipe that we have since altered came from the pioneer woman, Ree Drummond, and her.
And she would do her peppers whole. She'd cut them in half and then lay them in a layer.
in there in a layer. Like
And
you
it
would.
made it kind of hard to cut. So
Yeah. So we
Anyways.
actually, what you we just showed you, and actually when this is cooking, I'll just say you, those peppers, and you're good, you can do bell peppers or whatever, and have roasted red peppers or roasted whatever, but you roast them over a fire, or you could do them in an oven or over a gas cook stove works really good. And you just roast them until they're black. It's not going to hurt them, black. And then you, as soon as they're done getting nice and black, you throw them in a Ziploc bag, zip it up, you just leave them in there until they cool. And then you makes that skin easily come off, and then you're done. So okay, these are about brown enough.
So you add your cream cheese.
Okay, cream cheese.
It's 1 brick of cream cheese.
And this is kind of already warmed up to room temperature, so it's
Yes.
easier to mix in.
Most cream cheese that you're using needs to be at room temperature.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to mix it with anything at all. It's glove on.
And you might need to put your chicken stock, a little bit of your chicken stock in
Okay,
there to
yeah.
help you. I'd stir that.
Chicken stock or however you want to do it. Bouillon mixed with hot water works. Like I say, you get a good hot fire when you do it this way on top of this flue. So you got to kind of watch that you don't burn something because it's pretty hot. Won't add it all at one time, so maybe it won't splash it out and make a big mess. Gotta get this mixed in.
And once you get it all incorporated, then you add your sour cream.
Okay.
And then you take it off the fire and you mix in your bag of shredded cheddar cheese.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Now, if it gets start getting, you think it's going to start getting too hot or sticking, you can just take it off the fire for a minute, set it aside, and then bring it back on. Because it's a little hard to adjust heat when you cook on the top of this flue for a minute. But if you wanted to fry something pretty quick, this would be the way to do it. Oh, I think I put the rest of my chicken base in, huh?
Uh-huh.
A couple didn't quite get mixed in there. We'll mix it in now. There we go. Okay. And this kind of evaporates a little bit of that chicken stock, and it'll make a sauce, not really a thin sauce, but more of a gravy,
Well,
doesn't
and
it?
you need it a little thinner so you can divide it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Looks like the cream cheese is about mixed in. It doesn't have to be 100%
No.
totally mixed in because it's going to finish breaking up as it bakes.
Just in case you heard her. That's our cat.
Okay,
Actually,
I'm going
our
to take this
son's cat.
off a minute so I can add the cream cheese.
No, sour cream.
Sour cream.
dude.
Sorry, I've already had cream cheese.
Yeah, that doesn't need to be heated. It just need to be stirred in.
Do we want to add it next or the cheese next?
Add that next
next
and
time.
mix
So that's
it
what
in
I'm
there
saying.
well.
This is just a 12 ounce, isn't it?
No,
8
it's
ounces.
8 ounces.
8 ounces.
So it's a cup. If you buy a,
Yeah.
it's a cup of sour cream.
And I guess you could use, if you want to try to be better health, you could use yogurt. But
Yeah, it would be best to use the Greek yogurt.
yeah.
It's thicker.
There we go. Enough. Mix this in.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
This is going to seem like a lot of cheese. And no, we do not put any of that on top.
Because we got crunchies on top.
Well, don't give it away yet. Here.
We didn't tell them what it's going to be crunchy with. All the cheese goes. I'm going to put a little bit at a time. This is a 2 cup, 3 cup. Is that what you want
Is it? Yeah.
If you want, or is it normally 2 cups?
No, it's normally 3 cups.
Okay, and this is taco style cheddar, right?
Yes. You could use any kind of sharp cheddar, taco, really any kind of cheese you wanted.
That cast iron grease keeps that heat in real good, so we're still melting pretty good. If I need a little bit more heat, I can put it over the fire for just a minute. You don't add it all at one time, a little bit at a time, you kind of get a more smoother sauce. One part gets melted in and you add some more. Good. Oops. I went ahead than I thought. That's all right. It'll mix in. Okay.
I noticed something you didn't bring out here.
What's that?
I don't see any Dutch oven.
I don't either. Sit on the house. Thank you, hon.
I think you'll need that, and you'll need some cooking spray.
Oh yeah, that cheese will kind of stick in them Dutch oven if you're not careful as it bakes. So cooking spray will be what we need.
Okay,
All right.
it doesn't have to be melted
That's
fat
right.
because you don't want it to.
Okay.
That's good enough.
All right. Now I need to get my grate off the top. And if you're looking for some type of a grate to use on top of these flues, this actually is an old grate that came off of
A gas stove.
gas cook stove. So we went to a local place that sells appliances. And they
Actually,
use appliances.
repairs. Repairs
they do repairs,
appliances.
appliances, all kind. Okay, now I gotta make room for the Dutch oven. Let me move this out of the way. Set this on top for just a second. Dutch oven here. Okay. spray this. All right, down there. Okay. Spray. All right. All right. Now, I have to pull this back off here because we don't need it cooking anymore, do we?
no.
Okay. What's first, hon?
Half of that mixture in
Half
the bottom
of
of that
this.
Dutch
Okay.
oven.
Try not to make a mess.
That's probably good
All
right
about
there.
half. I can get it to stop without making too big a mess. Not that bad. Okay.
Spread that out on there.
Got all the chicken around all of it. Okay.
Yeah. Now, put your jalapenos. Now, Leslie doesn't really care for jalapenos. So, we've done a mixture of jalapenos and sweet peppers that look like jalapenos.
Yeah,
but
you can buy
they're
them in
not.
the little bag, them cutter little peppers. Oh, they're good.
They're nice and sweet and yummy.
we do
and
half of
did
these,
the
you
same-
said?
No, you do them all.
Do them all. I'm sorry. Okay. And if you want more heat, use a hotter pepper.
And leave those out. You can leave those
Yeah, or yeah,
sweet
you can
peppers
leave
out.
you can leave the sweet peppers out.
But we do chop them up.
Yeah.
Because it makes it easier when you're serving it.
And if you like the pepper flavor, and when you roast them, you really get a really neat smoky flavor for these any kind of a pepper, whether it's a bell pepper or whatever. Really good. And if you don't like the heat from the jalapeno, of course you can leave jalapeno completely out
Yeah.
and use a different kind of, you know.
Well, and we've done it with chili peppers too.
Yeah.
That was good.
Evenly spread them out. Okay.
Now you put the rest of your mixture on top of that.
Okay. Sure, I keep my glove on, but it's still hot. I'll kind of get some of this scraped off to one side. Before I pick it up, got a cast iron. We're using a 12-inch skillet, and it gets pretty heavy. Alrighty. Spread this out all evenly over the top, like you said. Okay. Alrighty, now
All
what,
right,
hon?
now you put these on.
Get this out of the way real quick. We got room to work. Okay.
Put those on.
And these are tortilla strips, multicolored.
Now, if you can find it, you can put those, they make French's onions that are jalapenos.
Yeah, French fried jalapenos instead of
Right.
French fried onions.
But in our town, we don't
Yeah,
have
that's
that.
what Ray Drummond
And it
did.
takes a whole bag of that.
This is where our crunch comes from. That's why we don't add the cheese.
That and the
On
last
top.
ingredient, which we still have yet to put on there.
Oh, okay. This is where your crunchy part comes on from your pepper popper. It would normally be deep fried. So good. Okay, that's done, hon. What do I do now?
The bacon that I
Bacon.
ripped up. It calls for thick bacon, but we got, since we go camping a lot.
This is really cool too.
Yeah, it's shelf-stable bacon.
It's pre-cooked and actually, it doesn't taste like most processed meats.
Uh-uh.
This bacon, or most any of your kind of bacon like this is really good. It's not like canned meat that you might figure, some that's kind of fake tasting.
Yep.
But this bacon, there's several different brands. There's a tactical bacon where I work at CMMG that they have. When the first time it came out years ago, we thought that wasn't going to be very good. And
There's
it's in
still
a can.
bacon in that.
Yeah, it's in a can. You won't get all the bacon though.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of what?
30. There's like 35 pieces of bacon in that
Which
little
is
can.
like over a pound of bacon. in
Yeah,
one of them.
pre-cooked, and you can just open it, eat it if you want. You can kind of open it up and,
And
put
see,
it.
that's the way
And
this
it's shelf
stuff
stable
is.
for years.
Yes.
Okay. Now what, hon?
You put the lid on it and bake
The
it.
lid on. Okay.
25 to 30 minutes.
All right.
So we'll be back.
All right. Be right back. Okay,
Ooh, that's hot.
I have charcoal, and I used extra charcoal because I want to make sure we had enough to do what we're frying. So I'll just dump them out here this time instead. And normally for a 10-inch Dutch oven, we do about, remember we double the size of the Dutch oven, that gives you 20. That'll give you a 325, and we're going to do a little hotter than that, so we're going to do at least 24. That gives you about 375. And we're going to do about 8 on the bottom and then 16 on top. And when we're baking, we never put charcoal in the middle on the bottom, because no matter how you rotate, you're still going to end up with a hot spot in the middle if you put charcoal in the middle. All right.
This is a good recipe to fix if you're just going to be pulling up into camp with nothing else to do and want something hot to eat.
Yeah. Okay, should be just about there. What you're going to end up with is a fairly good ring of charcoal around the top, and then we're doing about 4 in the middle. Kind of do some of them refer to it as a checkerboard style, where it works too. So we'll do one more on here. And that should give us, I think right at 20, 24, 25 coals, something like that. Okay, evenly spread. And we're probably about a 30-minute cook time, right, Angel?
If that.
Yeah.
Everything's hot
So,
that's in there.
that's true.
It's got to
So,
melt.
we're going to go ahead and do a 10-minute, and then we'll rotate just to be on the safe side. So, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Well, I smell it.
It smells like bacon cooking.
Yeah, it
because
does.
the bacon's on top.
It smells yummy.
Let's check it.
Yep, let's do. Oh,
Yeah,
looky there.
pretty. Bacon nice and crispy on top.
Now I'm going to go down in here. I hope it comes over through there. Can you hear it sizzling? Looky there.
Okay, let me get. Okay, I think it's time to dish up, hon.
Yep.
Got all them crunchies in
Oh,
there.
my. Oh, look at
Look at that.
that.
Still nice and stringy, cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
Looks good. Okay,
Now you taste it.
that's gonna burn me, hon.
Well, I'm not going to tell you what the kids would say. Yes, I am. That's how it cooks.
Gotta get a piece of chicken in there. There we go, chicken.
Blow on it.
I'm blowing. Really?
Is it
Yeah,
spicy
it's
enough for
crunchy.
you?
Rice up, bacon on top, crunchy tortillas.
Now, can I try it?
You get that crunchiness like you would from a pepper popper that you would have fried. You get the ooey gooey from the goodie inside, and then you get that little bit of that peppery taste, you know, from the green pepper and the jalapeno, but it's not overbearing for hot and heat-wise. It is temperature-wise, but not spice-wise. pretty good in it.
Hard to beat.
So, yeah.
If you like this video, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up, which is a like.
That's right.
Click the subscribe button down below and share us on Facebook. And if you've got a quick recipe that you take camping with you, let us know what
Well,
it is.
especially a recipe like this where you maybe take something like an appetizer or like a pepper popper, make it into a main dish or into like a bake or a casserole. That's kind of neat spin. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and we'll
Thanks for
see you
watching.
next week. Bye.
Bye.